next guest has one of the most powerful and resonant voices in all of music, and it's captured quite nicely here on this new CD. It's a greatest hits collection. Folks, it truly doesn't get much better than this. Here she is, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Aretha! With Aretha Franklin. Nice going. Hey. Aretha Franklin. Yeah. Boy, it's so great to have you here, and thank you very much for finally coming to pay us a visit. And there's just nobody better. You know what I mean? There's just nobody.
Pleasure to be here.
You know, we have a lot of music on the show all of the time, and I'm just sitting over here, about 20 or 30 feet from you, and just to hear that sound come out of you, coming out of a human, it's just amazing. You know, it's just a really... It's a wonderful, wonderful talent you have. You're just the best. You also, we were talking to Alan King earlier. I hope you didn't hear it.
I know some ugly comedians, too.
Oh, so that's the way that works, eh?
Yeah.
But you worked in this building when it was the old Ed Sullivan Show, right?
Yes, well, I didn't work.
Oh, that's right.
I came here to work.
What happened there?
And that I heard this voiceover while I was out here rehearsing on stage. I was about 17. Miss Franklin, your gown is cut too low. Well, fortunately, I had 5 gowns, so I said, well, just bring me another one. And we changed gowns. But my agent told me, I guess, maybe an hour or so after, he says, you've been bumped off the show. And I said, oh, man, what a bummer. We went out the side door, and
17, you must have been crushed.
Yes, I was. I really was. I was crying and everything. But I'm back. And then 20 years later, just a month or so ago, they're going to do reruns of Ed Sullivan, and I got papers saying, could we use your appearance? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Don't forget to send my check, too.
I'd kind of like to see that gown.
Yeah, a lot of cleavage there.
You're nice enough to do another song for us.
I would love to.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Aretha. Nice to see you. Aretha Franklin, ladies and gentlemen.
From the Blues Brothers. You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Think that you might go let yourself be clear. Let's go back, let's go on with that thing. I didn't even know, you couldn't have been too much more than 10. I ain't no psychiatrist, I ain't no doctor with a degree. But it don't get too much like it when you see what you're doing to me. You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Well. Let your mind go, let yourself be free. Oh, freedom, 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 freedom. Oh, freedom, freedom, hey, think about it. Ain't nothing you could ask, I can answer you. How it's gonna change, I'm not at the gate, don't think right now. Hey, think about what you're trying to do to me. Yes, sir. Let your mind go, let yourself be free. People walking around every day playing games and taking scores, trying to make other people lose their mind. Well, and when you don't lose yours, think about what you're trying to do to me. Hey, let your mind go, let yourself be free. You need me, I need you. Without each other, ain't nothing we can do. Deepness, think about better stop and think about it.
Just wonderful. Please come back. Will you come back again? Thank you very much. Aretha Franklin, ladies and gentlemen. Nice going. Thank you, folks. We'll be right back. That was great. Thank you very much, kids. Man, I'm telling you, let's have Aretha on every night.
Can we? Can we?
Man alive. My thanks, of course, to Aretha Franklin and also Alan King. Tomorrow, Jay Thomas, Crash Test Dummies, and Kevin Spacey. Boy, these folks got their work cut out for them tomorrow, don't they?
Yeah.
That's it for tonight, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Worldwide Pants.
We're always very, very happy and excited when our next guest can visit us. She is a living legend with truly one of the most spectacular voices in popular music. Here, right, is a copy of her new CD. Oh, actually, it's her greatest hits collection. Folks, do me a favor. Welcome back to the program, Aretha Franklin. Hi, how are you?
Hi guys, how's everybody? My newest single, gave you my heart, and I gave you my time. I gave you all of my money, anything to keep you satisfied. But the one thing I didn't count on is that you would do me so bad. If there's one thing I know, I love you for sure. And I don't understand why you treat me so bad. Honey, honey, baby, honey, why do I love you so much? Honey, why do I love you so much? Oh, I gave you the world, babe. Anything that your heart desires. And I didn't ask for one thing in return. I was there for you, right down to the wire. So why you wanna die me, baby? You did everything that you could. I tried to let go. I still need to know. And I don't understand why you treat me so bad, honey. Yes, honey, baby, honey. Why do I love you so much? I don't know. I could understand if I wasn't good in bed, but I was too good to you, much too good to you. Some folks say that you just ain't no good. I've tried to let go. Still need to know, honey, honey, baby, honey, why do I love you so much? I don't know, honey,
Thank you very much. Aretha Franklin. Well, how about that? Well, how about that?
All right.
My God. There it is, kids. Aretha Franklin. We'll be right back here. Pretty nice. Aretha Franklin. Man, what was the name of the song you did there?
Honey.
Honey?
Uh-huh.
Now, when you're working, concert shows, whatever, television programs, is there one song of all the ones that you've recorded and sung a million times over, is there one that you can hardly wait to get to each night, or does it change from show to show?
Kind of changes from
Yeah.
show to show, and you just do different things to keep it refreshing.
Pretty good
to
question,
you.
though, don't you think?
I thought so. Yeah, not bad.
Now, you know something, the last time we were here, I think we talked about this. I think the last time you were here, I said, I would like you to come and be on the show every night. Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
So what the deal? What happened?
So here I am.
Yeah, but this was like 4 months ago. Come and be here every damn night, can you?
Yeah, come every night,
Oh, but
Dave.
I'm telling you, to hear that... Come on, try it.
Okay, you got it. I'm
All right,
moving back to New York.
Let's try.
That's it.
Let's just start with the rest of this week and see how that goes.
All right.
But every night for you to come out here and just blow the roof off this dump with that voice, that would be so great.
I'm going to move back to New York.
Ah,
just for that.
Ah, bless your heart. It's great to see you again.
It's
Thank
my
you very
pleasure.
much. I loved
Thank
having you
you.
here. It's Aretha Franklin, kids. We'll be right back. Oh. Okay, on tomorrow night's program, Mary Lou Henner, Paul Reiser, Dinosaur Jr., and Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Really, come on. Come on back tomorrow night.
I'll be back.
What a
I'm
kid.
going to stay.
You could use the $400, probably, huh?
Yeah, I do need it.
Come on back.
I need a little money.
My thanks also to Roseanne and Aretha Franklin, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Worldwide Pants.
Our next guest is a legendary singer with a magnificent voice and 17 Grammy Awards to prove it. Her brand new CD is called A Rose is Still a Rose. Please welcome the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
Listen, dear, thank you. I realize that you've been hurt because I've been there myself. It's an awful hurting thing to have one lied to placate you, and especially when you trusted, supported, and gave them all of your love. But I want you to remember this. There was a rose I knew, I met her once or twice before. She was a pretty sweet thing, not the least bit insecure. You came with your sticky game and played with her youth, unashamed of the way you lied and played with a child. She never knew what hit her. Hey, steal her honey, then forget her. Now the rose is gone. She wears the thorns, trying to forget about you. You see, the rose is still a rose. Baby girl, you're still a flower. He can't leave you and then take you, make you and then make you. Darling, you hold the power.
It's what I am.
Now believe me when I tell you that I've been hurt myself. And when he tells you that he loves you, it's you and nobody else.
Nobody else.
Now you're so tough, trying to wear tight clothes and things, tossing and
and frost and trying to fill the void heartbreak brings.
When she looks in the mirror, she's crying. You can't care. Now the rose is gone. She wears a thorns, trying to forget about you, yeah. 'Cause a rose is still a rose. Remember that, baby girl, you're still a flower. He can't leave you and then take you, make you and then make you. Darling, you hold the power, yeah. You see a rose in the sunshine, not the darkness of your sorrow. You may feel lost today, but new love will come tomorrow. Don't believe that life is over just because a man is gone. Don't love yourself enough to know that without him your life goes on. Without him your life goes on. Without him your life goes on. Still a rose, still a rose, it's still a rose. Baby girl, you're still a flower, yeah. You can't leave you and then take you, break you and then make you. Darling, you hold the power. Oh, rose, it's still a rose, still and always will be a rose.
Aretha Franklin, good to have you with us again. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
I love it
Wonderful
when
to
you're on
see
the
you.
show. We get an awful lot for our money when you're on the show.
All
Oh, we
right.
really, really do. You deliver.
Okay, that was the shortest version of respect.
That was kind of cute. I appreciate that. You like the Grammys? You excited about it? You don't care about
Oh,
the Grammys? You don't
absolutely.
like
I love the
Yeah?
Grammys. Are you kidding?
Do you go to
I
the
love
parties and get
Grammys.
crazy and
yes,
stuff?
Yes, I do. I don't get crazy, but I go to the parties. Yeah.
And I would guess when you walk into a room, everybody stops what they're doing and just kind of just hang around and watch what you're doing, don't they?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
But you're the queen of soul.
Well, even so.
Is that my jacket?
No.
Are you sure? It
no.
looks like it might be one of my jackets.
No, no, no,
Can I try that jacket on? Would you mind if you want to try my jacket on? I'll try your jacket
no,
on. You
yours
want to
is
try?
kind of small.
All
Mine's
right,
just
all right.
a
Be that
little
way if you
larger.
want to. You're writing a book?
Yes.
Oh, no, this is pretty good.
Les memoirs.
Yeah, good for you. You deserve this. You know, a lot of people have been in show business half hour. They write a book. You deserve this position of honor. What are you going to say in your book?
Well, I'm going to dish and diss and deep dish Aretha and behind closed doors. I
Really?
like that.
Gonna be
The
lawsuits?
That's not a bad title. Huh?
Are there going to be lawsuits? People going to
no.
sue? They're going to be angry and they're going to sue?
No. Anything that I'm going to say, I can stand behind.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You going to mention me?
Well,
Would
let's
it
see.
kill you
Would
to
you like
mention
for me to?
Yeah, just put me in there a little bit.
What should I say?
I don't know, too, that I'm a friend of Paul's. You worked with Paul in the Blues Brothers 2000, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
A lot of great music in that song.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, was it fun for you working
Oh,
with
it
Paul?
was wonderful.
Did Paul behave himself?
He was wild. I loved his character, Pepe Le Pew.
Ah, thank you. Just kind
He
of a-
really worked the character.
Oh, wait a minute, Paul. That was the name of the character?
Well, it was sort of the style of the character.
Right. But
Yeah.
was that the name of the
No.
character? Yeah.
No,
Pepe
Because
was
if I had known that in advance, you wouldn't have gotten time off.
I tried to make sure. I made sure you didn't know about that.
But
He was great, though. I
and
loved
the
way
soundtrack
he-
album
he
is
worked his
terrific
character.
music.
Thank
isn't it?
you.
Yeah.
It's gone gold.
Good for you.
Already.
Congratulations to everybody. Another great piece of work.
Yeah.
Please come back anytime.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin. We'll be right back, kids. My thanks to Aretha Franklin, Eric Burgess, Susan Sarandon, and David Fathead Newman. Thank you, folks, for
Thanks
being
so
here.
much for having me.
Tom Fathead Snyder is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Nice pants, Kenny.
Here we go. This ought to be pretty nice. For my money, our next guest is the only diva you need or want. On New Year's Eve, she will be performing at the Party of the Century at the Javits Center here in New York City. Please welcome Aretha Franklin.
Nessun Dorma, Nessun Dorma. Ci pensa nella tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore. Within my heart, my secret lies, and what his name is, none shall know. Till shall die, shall die. Oh, Prince, then shall my kisses break the silence that made thee mine.
Aretha Franklin. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Hey, everybody! Aretha Franklin, ladies and gentlemen, Nessun Dorma. We'll be right back with Aretha. Very nice. Nice to see you again. Thank you very much for coming back. That's a very impressive piece of music, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Nessun Dorma, and I know nothing about opera. You probably know all about it. It's from something Turandot. It's Puccini. Is that what it is?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I don't know all about it, but I do know a little something.
And Nessun Dorma, and I think that phrase is like roughly translated, no man will sleep, or no one sleeps tonight.
No one shall sleep tonight.
And you would know this for a fact. There is no lovelier passage in all of music, is there? There may be some as lovely, but nothing more lovely than that.
Puccini has so many fabulous pieces of music, it's hard to say.
And you came together with this piece of music, was it a couple of years ago at the Grammys?
Mm-hmm.
It was everybody knows the story now. Pavarotti, when I got scared, I don't know.
No, he had hip surgery.
Whoops, sorry.
I'm not sure. And he was unable
I got a thing here myself.
Unable to perform that evening.
Now, had you ever heard the song, the music before?
Yes, I performed it for him a week prior to the Grammys.
Right. And now it's kind of gotten to be, it's just like a signature for you, isn't it?
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're putting together a collection of famous arias from opera?
Yes.
What others do you like?
Oh, I love that. I like things from La Boheme. I like any Puccini.
Yeah.
Many of them.
And when you appear, do you find people want to hear this now as well as everything else you've done in your life?
Yeah, they do.
That's interesting, isn't it? That's great.
Yeah.
And you're working New Year's Eve just around the corner and down the street.
Not far.
Are you nervous about working New Year's Eve?
A little. I'm trying to get some Y2K material, some emergency equipment, some canned goods, blankets, flashlights, things like that.
The most frequently asked question about the Y2K, what people want to know, what they're worried most about when people get nervous about the Y2K, they want to know, will their automatic garage door still work?
Well, I want to know, can I get through the Lincoln Tunnel if on the way to Detroit if things are not working here?
Well, you show remarkable courage working New Year's Eve, especially the end of the millennium.
Yeah.
But what a way to bring in the new 1,000 years.
And wherever Reverend Jackson is preaching, I'm going.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's a great treat to have you on the show.
Thank you,
Aretha. Aretha Franklin, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
What a night, you know what I mean? Look at this. That's Sissy Houston over there?
Yes, it is.
Sissy Houston, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. How are you?
Now we're talking.
And on saxophone, is that Don Rickles? Did I have that? What a night, ladies and gentlemen. Our next guest, a legendary singer who has won multiple Grammy Awards, was the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Paul, were you there?
I sure was. What a night.
Absolutely. Her new album will be released on October 21st. It's entitled Aretha Franklin Sings the Great Diva Classics. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Aretha Franklin.
door, count your blessings to find what you look for. Turn my sorrow into treasure gold. You pay me back in time and reap just what you know. That there ain't nobody.
Pleasure to see you again. Beautiful. Aretha Franklin, ladies and gentlemen. And everybody back there. Fantastic. Please come over and have a seat. I'll take that. We'll be right back to talk with Aretha Franklin, everybody. Franklin. God bless you, Aretha.
You as well.
You know what? That was just wonderful. And we've had tremendous music here, lucky enough to have it on the show. And previously on the Ed Sullivan Show. Now, there's a story about you.
That's right.
And the Ed Sullivan
right
Show.
In this theater.
Right
this
here,
theater.
yeah. What happened here?
Came to sing Charlie Atkins of Cole and Atkins, and he also did all of the choreography for the Motown artists and the Platters. Had rehearsed me doing Skylark, and we came, and my gown was a little low cut while we were rehearsing, so I heard a voiceover saying, her gown is too low. We need another gown. So they brought another gown on the stage and came out with something very, very high up to here. All right, that'll be fine. We went back to the dressing room, and a gentleman came in and said, we're sorry, but Miss Franklin we've overbooked the show. She won't be on. Oh, my God.
Wow.
I went out the door crying, about 17 years old.
I don't blame you.
Out the side door.
Now, did you ever come back and ever appear on the Ed Sullivan Show?
I never did.
No. Is that right?
It wasn't on that long after that.
Well, if Ed could get a look at your gown tonight, he'd be spinning in his grave. You're fine. What a great idea, this collection of diva classics. And explain for us your definition of diva.
Okay, diva. Well, I think the term comes from the classical realm to begin with. And then they decided that the spin-off would be female artists who were very particular. Diva, okay? Yeah. Then we became divas. So Mr. Davis asked me about doing a concept of some of the most popular and the biggest R&B classics and pop classics, and he gave me a list of names, and I looked at them, and I loved all of them because I had bought many of those records myself and enjoyed them myself.
The Mr. Davis we're talking about?
Clive Davis of yes, Arista Records.
He's been on the show. What a tremendous guy. You've known him forever, haven't you?
Not forever, but since 79. 79.
I want you to, if your father, a minister, you still live in Detroit.
Yes.
And was he the person who first made you a music professional?
Well, I used to travel with him on the weekends as a young guest artist, and I would sing before he preached. And my father being the Reverend Dr. C.L. Franklin. And he had a number of records out at that time.
Of his sermons?
Of his sermons, about 38 volumes.
Wow.
And The Eagle Stirreth Her Nest being the biggest. And I would go to different auditoriums and classic city auditoriums and arenas across the country. And I would sing just before he preached.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember what you were getting?
He would give me $50 each time. A lot of money. A lot of money for a 13, 14-year-old. But I bought my roller skates with that. I had lots of hot dogs and chili dogs and milkshakes and things like that with that $50.
That's what you're getting tonight.
Okay. Did I do something wrong?
No,
all?
it was wonderful. It was wonderful, and please come often. The more, the better.
I would love to.
It's a lovely presentation to have you here and all this great music.
I would love to.
It's an honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Aretha Franklin, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.
Now, stay tuned for Craig Ferguson. This is Alan Falter speaking. Good night, everybody. Run like hell.